Let's talk about how to set up your profile for your home community. Now from the Tools menu, if you access your Community Manager here, go up to the Profile tab. From this page, you can edit different aspects of your community. This is the view that all your users see when they are looking at their community. You can access the social media links, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, access the email you want students to have access to email questions, concerns, and also just the organization phone number if you want them to have that, if it's valuable for them to contact you via the phone. Now there are different tabs here that you can edit. Now this is your Activities tab. The Activities tab just kind of shows you what's going on in that community. Now if you're looking at different posts from users and students, you may see some posts that you feel either are inappropriate or that you want to hide. Maybe someone made a mistake on an announcement from your staff, or a student made a comment that you want to get rid of. All you have to do is in the upper right hand corner here, you'll see a drop down arrow, and then you'll just be able to hide that as a community admin, and no one else will be able to see it from that community. Now sometimes adding a note to the user who posted it can give them an idea of how not to add similar posts in the future. Now from the Members tab, you're able to access different members in the community, whether they're students, whether they're staff, and then message them directly from this page. You have that opportunity from the user section, but this gives you just kind of an idea. If you're seeing the activity that they're having in your community, you're able to access them from here to message them directly. From the Apps tab, you're able to see all the apps that are associated with your community, all the apps and badges that your users have access to that are specific to that learning community, which is a little bit different than the apps that they have access to when they're here on their learning path. These apps are all access to the apps in the marketplace across communities. So if we go back to that Profiles tab, you're able to see those apps, search for a specific app, and add it if you feel like you need to walk through that content. Your Related Communities tab allows you to see all the different sub-communities that exist within your community. Now you're able to sort by the community size, alphabetical order, the amount of learning apps they have, or just the amount of users that exist within that community. You can look at it from a different view, in a list view, to kind of see the details of each of those sorts. So whether it's the number of members, the number of apps associated, badges, or the number of subcommunities within that subcommunity. You can search for specific subcommunities here, and you can also check for subcommunities by their specific type. In the About section, you're able to talk to your users or communicate to your users what this community is about, whether it's you have a purpose that you want your community members to know that you're here for, could be a mission statement, images that are associated with the learning community, and just a general description of the users within that community, so people have an idea of who they're connecting with. Now, the Admins tab allows you to edit certain admin functions within that specific learning community. For example, you can add admins to have access to this community, or you can remove admins from this community. So if I wanted to add an admin, I would type in their name, I'd see them, and save them. Other things you can edit is the type of community that this community is associated with. This will always appear on the home page underneath the community name. You can change if you want to make edits to the community. You can also unpublish the community. Just remember, when you unpublish a community, users do no longer have access to that community. But if you need to make changes, you always have those capabilities. Other ways that you can access certain information or provide information for your users is through announcements. Announcements are ways that you can generate notifications about important information going on in the community. So it could mean generating an announcement, notifying students to go to a specific event. Once you've generated this announcement, it will now send a notification to each member of that community and also exists in this Communities tab. This is a general way that you can keep tabs on what's going on in the community and edit the community so that when students are accessing the community page, they're provided with an engaging experience that allows them to connect with other people, have access to information, and feel that they're a part of their learning experience. This also applies for all of your sub-communities. From the Tools menu, you'll have access to the Community Manager tool for each sub-community that you're an admin for. If I wanted to change the profile for a specific sub-community, I'd access that specific sub-community's Community Manager from the Tools menu. For this sub-community, it's the LRM Admin sub-community. I'd go to the profile page and be able to walk through a similar process of editing each of this information, each of these tabs, so that users have an engaging experience when they join this particular subcommunity.